Hello everyone, today I am back with another tutorial. We are going to be making this cloud pouch, but without all of the hardware that I have here right now. We're going to make it so that you can still open and close this pouch just with yarn. So this is going to be a very simple and beginner-friendly tutorial, and it's a perfect gift idea for the holidays. This pouch can fit all your necessities such as any cards, cash, lotions, lip balm, and even your AirPods case. For the materials, you'll need a white Bernat Blanket yarn, some pink yarn of your choice, a 5mm hook, your needle, and of course a pair of scissors. To start off, we're going to make a slip knot, and if you've never done this, then please follow closely. Hold your yarn like so, twist your left hand, and using your 2 fingers, you grab some yarn and pull all the way up until you have your loop. And now you're just going to take your crochet hook and put it through and then tighten it before you start chains. Now chain 15. And for those who are beginners, a chain is just your hook grabbing some yarn and then pulling it through the loop over and over again. This is actually going to be the base of our pouch, and this whole process is actually very similar to the cloud bag tutorial that I made, which I'll link at the top of the video for you to check out. Now for this first row, you're going to do a single crochet all the way to the end of the chain. To do a single crochet, you just push your hook through the stitch, yarn over, grab the yarn, and then yarn over again and pull it through the 2 loops that you have in your hook. So this is the last stitch I'm on right now, and instead of doing just 1 single crochet here, we're going to do 3. This is going to help us to go around this side and go to the other side. And so now that we're here, we're just going to continue doing single crochets on this side of the chain until you get to the end. Now this tail end here that I'm holding, I want to be crocheting this into all of my single crochets. It's kind of a way so that I don't have to weave in this end later, because you're just putting it inside all of the stitches. And how I do that is whenever I yarn over, I just make sure that I am holding it on top of my hook. So as you can see, I go into the stitch, it's on top of my hook, yarn over, and there you go. If you don't want to do this and you just want to weave in the end later, it's totally fine. It can be a bit complicated because you have a lot more that you have to hold in your left hand. But yeah, once you have like a few single crochets, you can even just cut it off because it's not going to go anywhere now. So now we're coming up to the last stitch, which is right here. We're going to do 1 last single crochet, and then we're going to join the 2 ends together. And this is going to be our base. So look for the first single crochet that you created, put your yarn through, yarn over, pull it through that stitch, and then pull it again through the stitch in your hook. And this is now your base. We're going to be chaining 1, and from now on we're actually going to be single crocheting all around so that it's one big row. And it's going to be about 29 stitches all together. And just make sure at the end of every row you're going to slip stitch it to the first single crochet you did and then chain 1. So after I did that row, this is how it looks like. You're just going to do the same thing again where you slip stitch it to the first single crochet that you created and then chain 1. And then you're just going to keep repeating this over and over until you do 9 rows all together. As you can see, it's going to start to look like a boat, and that's exactly what you want. And then you can also flip it to any side that you think is prettier. So this is what it looks like after doing the 9 rows, and now we're going to be focusing on the flap. To do the flap, instead of going all around, you're just going to focus on one side going up. So as always, we chain 1, and then we're going to do 14 single crochets. To start in the next row, you chain 1 and you flip it over. Then you just do the 14 single crochets again. You're just going to do the same thing 2 more times so that you have 4 rows in total. After the 4 rows, now we're going to be doing the row where we're going to put the hole. So as always, chain 1 and you're going to do 6 single crochets. Then we're going to do 2 chains. We're going to skip the 2 stitches, and then on the third one we're going to do a single crochet, and then you're just going to single crochet all the way to the end of the row. Now for the last row, you're just going to flip it over and then just do single crochets all the way to the end. However, when you reach this chain portion, just do 2 single crochets into that hole so that it's easier. And now once you've done that, you have completed the pouch itself. So just chain 1, cut the yarn, and then you're going to weave in the ends. For those who don't know how to weave in their ends, you can follow along. You're going to stay close to where the yarn is attached and then just sort of look for places where your needle can go through in one direction. After doing that, you're going to go the opposite direction, and this just helps it to be more secure. Make sure you stretch it out a little bit once you're done and then cut off the remaining yarn. Now we're moving on to the heart. I got this from another tutorial video which I will link in the description, and it involves creating a magic circle, which I also created a short video for, which I will link in the top of this video. Basically, you're going to make a magic circle and then do 2 chains. You're going to flip it, then you're going to do 3 treble crochets. To do a treble crochet, you just yarn over twice, and then once you're pulling yarn through the loops, you just do it 2 loops at a time. So as you can see, I have 4, yarn over, pull through only 2, yarn over again, pull through only 2, and then yarn over one last time and pull through the last 2. So you're just going to do that 3 times. After you've done the 3 treble crochets, you're going to do 3 double crochets, and this is just 1 less loop than the treble, so you just yarn over and then pull through 2 loops at a time, like so. Now we chain 1, and then you're going to do 3 double crochets again. After that, you're going to do 3 treble crochets. So if you didn't notice, we just kind of mirrored what we did on the first half of the heart onto this other half. If you're having a hard time with the magic circle, please feel free to tighten it a little bit. I didn't do that, I don't know why. So I was actually struggling a little bit to hold everything. Once you're done, just pull the yarn in order to tighten the magic circle. And then we chain 2, and then we'll do a slip stitch into the circle. After that, you are done your heart. You just have to cut your yarn, but leave enough thread for you to sew it into the pouch. We're almost done, guys. Now we just have to sew the heart into the pouch, and then you're done the project. So as you can see, I was looking for where I should attach the heart, and it looks like it's in the middle of this second row. Now I just take my needle and put it through like so. I think that's about 2 stitches width. And then I just pull the needle all the way through until the heart is there. And then I guess from here on out, you can just sew it however you want to. You can do it multiple times to make sure it's extra secure, but you can also just follow what I'm doing. At this part, I'm taking my hook and bringing this other tail into the inside of the pouch so that I can do a double knot in order to secure them together, like so. And from here, I just weave in my ends, make sure that they're secure, and I'm all done. And there you have it. This is the finished product. I'm going to show you real quick how I close it. So I just fold my heart in half and pull it through with my 2 fingers. And that is it. That's pretty secure. You can obviously choose any charm you want here. You can do a flower, you can do different colored hearts, and it's the perfect way to personalize this gift because anyone who receives it will definitely love it. But yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.